Welcome, listeners, to another edition of Podcast 17. This is episode 188, and I'm William, your host, and Podcast 17 is your weekly dose of all things Valve and Half-Life community news. We got Vic and John with us today. Hi, guys.
Hello. Hello.
What's up?
Over on the bottom there. Patrick, Emmanuel, and Sean are all supposed to be coming, but they're not here yet, and we're not going to wait for them because
Slackers.
this is going to be a pretty quick episode. Nothing big has really happened this week, and we've all
been a dull week.
Yeah, and we've been all busy. In fact, first off, I want to address a couple things. The very first thing is there's been a lot of people asking me, a lot of listeners asking, like, why do you guys keep recording on Monday? Why aren't you recording on the weekends? And, well, the reason for that is because I personally have been extremely busy for the past couple of weekends, and it is not a new recording time. We're going to try to keep doing Saturdays because that's better for everybody. But if I can't do Saturdays, then sorry. Then we got to do it on the backup recording time, which is Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is what we're recording to right now. And it's looking like next weekend we'll also be recording on Monday. So we're not trying to move to Monday. It's just that's our backup time. So sorry if you guys can't make it, but that's why we record it, both video and audio, so you can watch it later if you can't come to live show.
To be honest, I actually like recording on Monday nights.
It's good for the North Americans, I guess, but for everybody else, like Glenn and Patrick, it's kind of hard. And
that's
Vic,
true.
and Vic,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't even know what you're doing up at this time, Vic.
I don't know either.
What time is it there, Vic?
2 a.m. It's not that bad. If it was 4 a.m., then it would be bad. But right now we're okay.
True.
And the second thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
The second thing I wanted to talk about in Podcast 17 news is we're doing a new streaming method. In fact, it's an upgrade, in my opinion, because I've been applying to there's a new feature in Google+, and as most of you know, we use Google+, for our conferencing here. But there's a new feature that's been added called Google+ On Air, and it's in closed invite right now. And this week, we finally got invited. So that's fantastic, and we're using that system right now. So real quick, so that you guys understand how it works from a technical aspect, we basically use, I basically go on air with our Google Plus stream or whatever, with our Google Plus chat hangout, and it basically broadcasts to a YouTube link, which is random every week. So if you want to tune in to the show, or if you want to know what the show link is, then we will be providing it each week in the chat, and I'll probably also be making an announcement saying, this is this week's link, because it changes every week, because YouTube uses, their little ID tags. So I'm going to have to figure out if we can get like a static link for that or something. I don't know. But that's how it works from this end. And then also, the beauty of it all is when we're done, when I finish end broadcast, it'll automatically post it to YouTube. Which is the best feature ever, and it's better quality than Twitch, better sound quality, better video quality. So this is what we're going to be using, so long as it doesn't break or cause us any issues. And you can see right now it's working fine. So we'll be using this from now on, hopefully. So that's that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound good. I'm really excited. It really just streamlines things, right? It makes it easier. Instead of me having to use 3 applications, I can just use one, and it's already all posted to YouTube, so it saves me all that time too.
Yeah, it's a good thing that Google are doing.
Yep. Oh, definitely. It's all free. So let's jump right on into the episode. But before we do that, I guess I like asking you guys, Vic, anything new over at Lambda Generation? Anything going on?
No, there are some new articles as always, but just like you, I've been really busy, and I haven't had time to take care of it as much as I would have liked to. So It's been kind of slow this week. It's been a slow news week anyway, but this week perhaps more than usual.
Yeah, definitely more than usual. John, how about you? Anything over at Valve Time?
There's a couple interesting articles that's been posted. Other than that, just like everybody else, I've been swamped this past weekend with stuff. So, but there are some interesting articles if you guys want to check them out.
Cool. All right, let's jump into the show and follow up on errata real quick. Just reminding you all again that the Planet Phillips 6x10 mapping competition is the first competition bit has been posted. And the second competition starts June 1st. So today is the 21st, and so you got about a week, 2 weeks before that competition starts. But if you scroll down here a little bit further, you'll see that Dorville has been posted, and there was a lot of entries to Dorville. Where is Dorville? Philip.com. Wait for it to load, and here it is. There's a lot of entries to Dorville. You can
About
download
6,
it right now.
7, something like that.
Yep. So no real winner yet, because points are
It's
awarded.
point-based, yeah.
Yeah, it's point based. So I mean, there's no real winner yet, but you can check it all out. Tony Blasio got 5 points for winning, and Tony also got 2 points for the start of the map, and Justin Carlington got 2 points for making me believe I was in a building from episode 2. So those were the awarded points, and all entrants got 5 points each. So congratulations to them, and then so those points will be carried over into the next round of the 6x10 competition, and there will be a final winner at the end of it all. But there's some good entries here.
Did anyone take our ideas?
I don't think so, unfortunately.
Dang it.
No one listens to us. Doing such good stuff.
Terrible. Like, we had awesome ideas, and no one decided to jump on it? What's wrong with them?
All I want is a few dollars, and I'll give you best ideas you could ever ask for. Just talk to me. We'll sell something. I'm a man of my word.
Yep. All right. So from Mouth of Valve, we got some updates here, and then there's also some recent updates like happened within the hour. So we'll just start it off here. The first thing is the Steam Workshop has a new feature. It's called Discussions. You'll notice it. Actually, there's an image here. You got your items, your collections, if you're familiar with the Steam Workshop, and then now you also have Discussions, which is like an online forum post, which might replace things like maybe the Valve developer community, things like that, for posting like help threads and stuff. But
I mean, it's unbelievably helpful and populated right now.
yeah.
It seems really cool. I mean, there's built-in post flagging. You can just click one and it's instantly going to be flagged, and very easy to do overall.
Yeah, so I'm checking out the workshop right now on Portal 2. So yeah, you got your items, your collections, and you got your discussion here. And yeah, there's already 119. There's already 119 posts here.
It's pretty good.
I really like this discussion thing because it's separate from the Steam forums, so you can find your answer, pretty quickly, or post it, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's specific to that workshop, right? So
yeah, exactly.
So it's pretty good. And there's even some stickies here. So they have the ability to make sticky posts just like in a normal forum post. So cool, check it out. Good new system. All right. Also in Valve news, there was a Dota 2 update. They added the Treant Protector. So cool. This is the image. It's a big image. Holy crap.
I tried him out. Boy, he's kind of hard to learn. At least for me it was.
Do you know what type of character he is?
Oh, gosh. I think he's a carry, but I'm not quite sure on that.
I don't know what that means. No carry. He's a carry.
For those who do play Dota, they will know what that means. But I don't know. It's hard to explain because I'm familiar with the heroes. No, he's a melee. Well, melee, but some of his moves are ranged. So I don't know.
Interesting.
It's hard to,
Yeah.
Kind of a hybrid. Best of both worlds.
We won't do it justice, really, talking about it here, so we're just going to move on.
It's a good game.
Fine by me.
CSGO had an update. They posted something on May 18th, and then they had an update today, actually. So, I don't know, you want to talk about today's update, Vic?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I mean, they
Let's
postponed it last week, and this week they had like just now, just literally an hour ago,
yeah,
they had this big update, very extensive. They've updated weapons with some pretty awesome additions and changes to recoil. They've tweaked weapon tracers. They've added chickens to Inferno. They've added support for 15 versus 15 play. And in general, they've added a bunch of different things. Miscellaneous stuff mostly. But it's a good update, I think.
Cool. So yeah, added player spawns to all maps to support 30 players. So I think that's the biggest update, right?
Yeah.
Or the biggest part of this update?
Biggest part of this update, yeah. Aside from the chickens.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, chickens added to Inferno right there.
It's insane. No chickens. I mean, have you ever seen the chicken? I don't think so.
Did you see the video they posted on the blog?
Oh yeah, by Marky
Strike
Black.
or what?
Oh yeah.
And then near the end, it was chickens with guns. I was like, really? Really?
It's a good idea, you know, chickens with
Oh
guns.
God, I just.
All right. Also, in updates this week, we talked about it before because it was in beta, but now it's officially rolled out. Steam remote downloads now available online. What this basically allows you to do is both initiate downloads through your web browser or through the mobile client. So if you buy a game and say you're at work or at school or even on the bus or something, you can have it, so long as your computer is obviously online, you can have it download directly from wherever you are. So when you get home, your games are ready to go. So that's an awesome feature, I think.
Am I the only one that keeps my computer off when I'm not at home?
I turn my computer off, really I do.
Yeah, same here.
So it doesn't really affect me that much, but I can see the point.
It doesn't even work. Steam itself is off. It doesn't have an automated, built-in turning it on thing.
Oh, okay.
So you need to keep it on at all times, which is pretty sucky, to be honest.
Yeah, you got to have Steam up, right?
Mm-hmm. And I don't think you can even have it in offline mode. So you have to have it in online mode, you have to have Steam started up, and you have to have your computer started up. And these are all pretty big assumptions on the user's part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's the one thing I saw that was kind of a problem. Like, well, you don't keep your computer on, you got to have Steam running. I mean,
yeah. Well, what can they do about that? Nothing really, right?
No. Yeah, right.
It's still a great step and a great addition.
But yeah, it's good for the people that do keep it on. It's like, oh, I want to download this game. Okay, hang on.
Yep. Cool. Also in updates, over the past couple of weeks, we've been hearing a lot about how Valve doesn't really have a structure to their hierarchy or to their managerial stuff, and they even published that Steam, like the handbook.
Mm-hmm.
But Kim Swift, who used to be part of Valve, the previous designer of Portal, one of the original lead designers of Portal, actually, who's now working on Quantum Conundrum at Airtight Games, has a different thing to say. She says, right here, quoted, "I guess for me, Valve has a company definitely has a lot more freedom for developers working there than a lot of other companies." But she goes on to say that, "But I disagree with the suggestion that they have no structure. They actually do. They have management there. There's a board of directors of the company. There's Gabe Newell. Those guys at the top of the company definitely have opinions on how things should be run. You can choose the project you want to work on, but there are definitely people behind the scenes making decisions for the company. To me, that's normal. If it was a company where there was no structure at all, I think things would go completely amok." So there you have it. I mean, of course, really. We just know Valve is just a little bit different than most people. What's that, Vic?
I mean, proposing that Valve has kind of managerial types of people in team leaders and lead designers, that's definitely something that I don't think anyone contested. Someone always has to be the leader. But a board of directors, I don't know. I don't think there is a board of directors. Valve is a privately owned company. What directors could they possibly have apart from Gabe Newell? And I don't know.
Mega Fat says they have Manco.
Yeah, they do have Manco.
But really, we also have to remember that Kim hasn't been part of the company for a while.
Exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't say a very long time, but enough to say that maybe things have changed since then. I don't know.
Do you think she just... Oh, sorry, but...
No, go on.
I was just going to say, do you think she's just kind of talking out, just saying that to get the attention, or
no, I don't think so. I don't think.
She says it was an amiable departure, So
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to contest that, but it does sound strange if she's saying this because it just doesn't seem plausible to me. No, I don't see Gabe sitting down with a cabal of shady dudes and Doug Lombardi and other guys from Valve and just talking out every single thing that the company's been doing. I just don't see that.
Right. Well, I mean, who's the main three? It's Gabe, Doug, and
Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson. But Eric is kind of a product manager, and Doug is kind of marketing. Right. So I don't think they're exactly directors. I think they're more, each has their own specialized role that they handle.
Right. Well, and a few months ago when I was on that interview with Gabe, he said that he just takes his desk and goes and helps whatever team he wants to, help with.
Exactly.
So, I mean, as a board of directors, I can see your point. I don't see how they could.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, the Critical Bit had an interview with Mike Ambeder, and that guy is the Valve psychologist, if you remember. He's the one who really just studies into this sort of stuff and like valuable player test feedback, stuff like that. So he had an interview here about psychology and game design. It's a pretty lengthy article, and there's even diagrams going over like very extensive user feedback through playtests and stuff, but you can give it a read, and any developers will certainly find this interesting, any mod developers. So, Vic, do you guys have anything to say about this interview?
I didn't really have the chance to check it out, but I am interested in hearing about Mike's techniques in this kind of game design psychology stuff. Yeah. But I don't know if there's anything really new in there, like.
No, there's not any new feature. No. It's just cool to see it from a different perspective. Game design from a different perspective.
Yeah, and doing a quick, just looking over it now, he's got some really cool graphs and diagrams on how they harvest all this data.
Yep.
It's cool as well.
Just never thought psychology and game design would go with one another, but. But I guess that, I mean, with psychology, I guess that's where the heat maps come in and all that for like CS:GO, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
they're definitely doing a huge approach on that in CS:GO. They've been using that kind of raw player feedback more than ever before. I mean, they track every single bullet fired by anyone in the game. And they apply that very extensively to their development, which has ticked off a few, more outspoken forum posters. But I think it's got some overall benefits, because when you're looking at this kind of data from this objective point of view, you're just looking at raw statistics. I think it's very unbiased and it's very clean. Just cool. I think it's definitely very handy.
Okay, and lastly, at least on our list, we got a couple other things here, but firstly, I guess last on the agenda, Valve reps are meeting with indie devs in Toronto. It's so funny. I moved out of Toronto, and then this
happens.
But that's May 25th. I don't think we're going to get a lot out of this. I mean, of course, indie devs will get a lot out of this. You got RSVP, but I think it's more about.
I think it's gonna. No, go on.
I think it's going to be more about people publishing their indie games to Steam and what they need to do, and promoting Steam as a platform for indie developers.
Well, I was thinking it would kind of be more of a mini GDC thing. They're saying kind of doing a talk, a presentation, so I think it might be that. But yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested in going, but Toronto is Toronto. Where's Toronto? It's so far away. That's where it is.
Well, look, let's open up maps here, and we'll go Czechoslovakia. How do you spell Czechoslovakia?
Vic's forgot.
What's oh god, this is so embarrassing. C. No, without the H and A. No, just.
What is it? CZ? Czech Republic to Toronto. Let's see what Google Maps does.
Yeah, but I'm not in the Czech Republic.
You are now.
Oh.
You are now.
Take a look at.
You need to fly. Basically, is what it's saying here.
How about Ethiopia? How's it bad for that?
There's a very far distance.
Well, shoot, I'm still far away. I'm in Georgia, though, so it doesn't do me any good.
Yeah, but I'm in Ethiopia, man. I mean, Czech Republic, Babylon, something. Game Ender suggested I try walking, so I'm gonna try that. So I'm gonna go right now. No.
Have fun swimming.
Oh yeah, that's a problem. Okay, I'll stay.
Anyway, we got a couple other pieces in from Mouth of Valve that aren't on the agenda. The first thing, and this is something that sort of exploded today. Valve and Overkill Games working together on Payday Left 4 Dead. Vic, you posted about this, so why don't you tell us about it?
Let me go right away. So in the previous update to Payday, the heist, they were kind of teasing a Left 4 Dead kind of thing. You know, they had 4 Left 4 Dead med packs on the ground in one of the heist maps. They had a poster of Zoe and some really odd pictures of zombies. Well, today they've actually announced that they're going to be pursuing the development of an in-depth collaboration between them, Overkill Games, and Valve, obviously. They describe it as a very cool blend of Payday and Left 4 Dead, and the official Steam forum announcement thread is called Payday Left 4 Dead. In addition, in the past, there's been rumors of a hospital map for Payday that's been left in game files, and no one's really touched it. But the devs have been really subtly teasing that there's something important behind that. And in this same press release, who is it again? It's their game director, Overkill game director. Is kind of saying that he's this whole thing is going to lead to a lot of fans checking into the hospital. It's really suspicious mention. I'm not going to try to look for any Half-Life 3 subtext, but I am detecting a hospital pattern here. So if I'm going to use my sixth sense, I'm going to realize that something hospital, zombies, Payday. But yeah, this sounds pretty cool. It's obviously not going to be a new game. I think it's just going to be some sort of DLC, whether it is for Payday or Left 4 Dead. You can't know for sure. I'm more inclined to believe it's going to be for Payday, since obviously Payday is a game that needs more attention.
Jake, you got really quiet. I hate to interrupt you, but you got really quiet.
You get really quiet.
Sorry. Is it better now?
Yep.
Yeah, it's better for me.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be for Payday, because, you know, Payday is a game that needs attention, and not Left 4 Dead, for instance. So I think it's definitely going to be something like that. But whether it's going to be free DLC or paid DLC, that remains to be seen.
Well, here's the thing. Do you think it could be a crossover, like it could be also a DLC for Left 4 Dead as well, and have kind of
maybe
crossover from Payday, so kind of
it's
both
possible.
interact?
It's very possible, but
maybe you have to, if you own both of them or something, maybe you get something for, I don't know.
Maybe even one of them. You know, like you can play one and the other, and kind of like Potato, how Potato did it, Potato Sack.
Yeah.
They had.
What would be interesting is, like, you have to play it on this game, but to finish it, you have to play it on, the other game.
Oh.
That would be
interesting. That's interesting.
That would be interesting. It's like, I wonder what happens. I gotta finish
I'm hoping it's something really in-depth like that, and not just kind of a whimper of a DLC release.
Yeah.
It's clearly episode 3. I mean, that's clearly what it is.
Yeah, it's obviously episode 3. I mean,
sure.
It's 4 right there, Payday Left 4 Dead. So
maybe it's not even episode 3, or maybe it's not Half-Life 3. Maybe it's Half-Life 4. They just skipped 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Before we move on to more Valve news, they're telling us to do, the listeners are trying to tell us to go Czech Republic to Toronto and then click walk. So, like, get directions, walk.
I'm going to check this out myself.
It's not doing anything. You guys aren't helping. It says we cannot calculate distances between Czech Republic and Toronto, Ontario. Nothing. Nothing's happening, dear listeners.
They stole my money.
They tricked me. Anyway.
It just fails. Oh well.
All right, and also let's go over to Valve time here.
Maybe our listeners were just trolling us right there.
Yeah.
Valve time actually posted about the new Portal 2 update, which happened, just moments ago as well. basically what it did is just fixed a whole bunch of issues with the editor, the in-game editor that we talked about last week. Didn't really add anything except, and this is something that MegaFat said, they added the new intro, which is included in Dota 2. The new intro, the new Valve intro, which is like the creepy head one.
Yeah, it's kind of the same guy, but it's actually a new model.
Let's see if I can find it here on YouTube.
Looks more or less like the same guy, but he's actually turning his head. Yeah, you've got it right there.
Oh, sorry.
Here it is. And the creepy turn. There it is.
Mm-hmm. I keep thinking like, I'm gonna get you.
I mean, it's so creepy. Like his eyes glare, and it's insane.
Now with that change to Portal 2, I wonder if they're going back to with Left 4 Dead 2 and all their others, and they're going to change it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's possible, but I think Portal 2 is much more prominent right now than the other games.
Mm-hmm.
But they did do something like this, like back in 2010 when they were porting all their games over to a newer branch of Source to add Mac support. They were actively adding new Valve intros, like Half-Life 2 used to have the old 2004 intro with the white dude, staring at you with a valve in the eye.
Yeah.
And then they replaced that with a 2010 intro featuring the new guy.
Well, I'm wondering, I think was it later this summer when the actual DLC is released for Left 4 Dead 2. I wonder if they'll update it at that time too.
You mean this logo, right?
Yeah, I do mean this logo. Well, actually, this is one for Half-Life 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the same one.
But this guy, right? Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, this guy. I wonder who he is. We're never
going to find out. I was going to say, who are these people?
And then there's the original intro, which is this one, right?
Yeah, which they wanted to include, but they ultimately scrapped it.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the original intro?
An in-game map of the guy actually walking up to this forge and getting a valve stuck into his head.
Yep, this one right here.
So
because that's not creepy and weird at all.
That's creepier. But yeah, these two guys were all picked up from the street back in like 1996, and they were completely random people. They never even got their names or anything. And right now, when they got new pictures, I think they're pretty sure they got a new model to do these with, and kind of do the creepy head turn. Yeah. They've probably still got the negatives, but they're never going to find
quiet again.
Yeah, Vic, you're getting quiet again.
Oh, sorry. They've still got the negatives, but I don't think they're ever going to find out who these people are ever again.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, did they pay these people? I wonder. Or they say, hey, we're just going to use your head for our games from now on. Do you mind?
All right, before we move into releases and updates, the listeners now want us to do walking from, Japan to Toronto.
I think they're trolling us. I really do.
Try this. We're going to just try it.
I think it's legit.
If it doesn't work, they are totally trolling us.
Well, now it's not even loading. I think I actually just crashed my browser. So
see? Look what they did.
I actually crashed it. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, it says kayaking. Yeah, see? Look right there on the left. Head north. Route includes a ferry.
Okay, wait.
United States.
Oh my God, this is a huge amount of directions.
Turn left.
Why would you just go straight across? Why would you go all the way down to the island and back? Oh, okay.
This road includes a ferry, no shit.
So maybe missing sidewalks. Oh, that's very useful. I totally needed to know the route without a sidewalk, because
kayak across. Here we go. Number 145. Kayak across the Pacific Ocean.
Entering Hawaii.
6,243
I wanted to say, make a stop at Rapture.
Yeah,
I want to see that. Someone do that.
Also,
crazy,
check out
man.
Colombia up in the air.
Is there an estimated time? Yeah, here we go. 123 days.
Wow, it's acceptable. I thought it was going to be something like 10 years.
Wait. 102. What?
There you go.
Good heavens.
MegaFat just said, I hope we invent a flying machine so that we don't have to keep kayaking across the ocean.
I have to do it every time. I go from Czech Republic to Persia, and then to Toronto, obviously, do my work. It's crazy.
All right, let's talk about releases and updates. Mainly just updates, I guess. Gonna open them all.
This is new, Hypovolemia.
Yeah, this is actually new. Yeah, we might follow up an errata this because nobody played this. Did you play this?
No, but I've been familiar with its development.
Okay, go ahead and talk about it.
This is really awesome total conversion for Alien Swarm. It's been developed for almost 2 years, and it's kind of a fixed view third-person shooter, kind of with some military stuff in it. It's got some more intricate kind of competitive shooting. It's obviously multiplayer. And this right now is beta 0.1, I believe. I don't know what it includes exactly, but they've got, in their plans, they've got 6 gameplay modes, 30 weapons, 6 factions, and a bunch of different gameplay systems. Yeah,
it does look awesome already, I can already tell.
They're actually saying they're hoping to get their mod on Steamworks. I definitely hope they do, because this looks really promising. I've been tracking it for a long while. It's really awesome.
Cool.
Are there a lot of
this?
Are there a lot of Alien Swarm mods out there?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say because I think it'd be neat to see more of these.
Yeah, the Alien Swarm modding scene's been really slow, obviously, since Valve hasn't been doing much to help out that particular community.
Right.
I mean, just think of all the things they do for those guys if they added Steam Workshop support for Alien Swarm.
Yeah.
Something like the Perpetual Test Initiative.
Well, I mean, just kind of going to Alien Swarm, do you think that was more, I know it was released free, for everyone, but do you think that was more of a test for, Dota, per se, or
no.
do you think they just decided we're just going to release this?
Well, they'd actually purchased those guys, Black Cat Games, back in 2007, when they were creating a mod version of Alien Swarm. It was called Infested. And I think they always wanted to work on that while they were at Valve, and they never really forgot about it. And I think it was a really handy way for Valve to do something new and test away the community and be able to pick a game up and completely build on it from scratch. Well, almost from scratch.
Yeah.
And it didn't really work.
I'm telling you right now, things will change drastically in the modding community once they start providing Steam Workshop support to all games. Like, I mean, I'll have to say, I wish there was Steam Workshop support for HL2 mods. That would would explode.
Well, there's definitely going to be Steam Workshop support for Half-Life 3. I mean, I'm not saying this as a joke, but it's obviously going to be in there.
Oh, sure, yeah. I guarantee they'll probably roll it out with that, yeah.
Well, I'm kind of hoping... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, I kind of hope Valve kind of goes back to, Alien Swarm and does something with it, Because it would be kind of cool if they add some more stuff to it.
Yeah, Alien Swarm definitely. And Left 4 Dead 2 as well. They have plans for that.
Yep. Okay, let's move on into the other updates. Nuclear Dawn saw an update 6.3. New features include the increased rank cap from 60 to 80. So you can level up your characters even more. Added new team-based gizmos for the new ranks, so 65 through 80, or 60 through 80. Added new loading screens, added squad-only voice chat, added the ability for Commander to spectate a troop. So that's kind of useful, especially in an RTS/FPS clone, hybrid. Added support for player sprays, added new particle effects, and added beta support for Source TV. And then, of course, there's changes and fixes and updates and all sorts of crazy stuff.
All that fun stuff.
This is just really awesome.
Yep.
I mean, these guys have so much great stuff, and it's a shame they don't have a far bigger play base. I mean, imagine if all the Call of Duty people, just stopped doing what they were doing and picked up Nuclear Dawn and played that. They would have so much fun. Just look at what these guys are doing.
Yep. And they also say the biggest change to their update is an entirely new weapon damage model. So they changed the way weapon damage works. I won't get into details, but I mean, if you're a Nuclear Dawn player, you should definitely give this a read so that you understand the changes and what's new and how they affect you. So check it out. Also, Cry of Fear finally released 1.3 of their mod, of the new DLC. And major changes include a new game mode including 4 maps, which is basically the survival game mode, which we talked about previously on Podcast 17. They added a new monster, added an example campaign, and added support for custom campaigns. Huge content update here. Hopefully we can follow up on a route of this as well. So,
I haven't even gotten far in that mod.
What's that?
Yeah.
I haven't even gotten far in that mod.
Oh, yeah.
I think I got to the locked door, and that was it. I'm like, nope, we're done. We're done.
It was
got about as far as downtown. I'm probably going to have to replay it and kind of get back to the progress and then finish it.
So you guys can't really see it here probably, but in the gameplay footage of the survival game mode, the way it works is when you kill a monster or whatever, it shaves time off of your current wave time. So you can kind of see it up here in the top. So yeah, it just happened there, +20 when they're killing monsters. So you get waves of enemies, and if you kill enemies during the wave, your wave time decreases so that you can quickly get out of the wave.
That's a really cool mechanic.
Yeah, you don't really see that in survival game modes, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Creepy looking monsters.
Yeah, and brand new monsters. So a brand new monster. So. And of course, it auto updates. So you don't really need to download the update from ModDB. You can just launch your Cry of Fear launcher, I guess, and grab the update. So cool. Clone Cubed Alpha 0.2 also saw an update. I was hard on this mod before because is this the mod that I was hard on?
Not sure.
I believe so.
Check.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
And I didn't really think it was a useful post. I haven't played Alpha 0.2, but if it was anything like Alpha 0.1, then you're not really in for much. There is just one map included, and I guess this update only updates that map, and that's it. So there's some new screenshots here, but other than that,
which mod is this for exactly?
it's for Portal.
Clone Cube.
Portal. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move into Media Blitz. Anything from you guys that you want to talk about?
I haven't even looked.
I wanted to tackle Half-Life 2 Enhanced, if you don't mind.
Yep. Go for it.
Yeah, so this is a really cool mod. I've never really noticed it before. It's kind of an enhanced thing. So it pretty much takes the graphics and adds all new effects. More particles, kind of new different explosions, muzzle flashes, particle tracers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all, in accordance to Half-Life fiction and tone, but it does look insanely awesome.
Yeah, I'm just showing right now the proto rifle and the e-gun stuff.
They've got some new guns as well. I think right now we're looking at the prototype rifle. No, right now we're looking at the Gauss gun or the Tau cannon. They've also got the Gluon gun. And aside from that, they've got some really cool shader effects, such as sun rays.
Yeah, I'm
looking at the photos now. It kind of looks cool.
Burning Edge, vignettes, really awesome stuff. They got this cool gameplay video showing episode 2 running this thing. It looks really cool. Apparently they've even got slow motion, which is sure to add some fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can pretty much use slow motion already in
as it is, but this is kind of a bit handier. I think they've got a keybind for it or something.
Yeah. I like the new grass shader. Impressive. The grass shader is pretty cool. Reminds you of
they've even got new sounds by the look of it.
Yeah.
And it looks really impressive. I mean, much like the cinematic mod, it might not all fit with what we know and what we see of Half-Life, but it looks awesome. And I definitely commend all these modders that have that courage to pull off their own vision in a way that's really cool. And kind of show that, show that Source has still got some strength in it.
Yep. Definitely. Okay, I want to talk about City 17 Episode 1, even though...
Can I interrupt you there for a second?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Well, one, I was actually going to mention City 17 Episode 1, but other than that, have you guys ever... I mean, this isn't in Media Blitz, but have you guys ever messed with the Fake Factory mod? What is that?
Yeah, I have.
Did you like it, or Like, what's your opinion on it?
It's cool, but it's not what I entirely expect from a Half-Life mod. Like, it's a cool mod, looks pretty awesome. But I mean, I'm not gonna play this and say this is Half-Life. I'm gonna play this and say this is Transformers, the video game. But that said, looks insanely good. But it has nothing to do with Half-Life. No, it just looks completely different, and it's But that said, I mean, I don't know. I think Fake Factory should.
Well, I mean,
he's doing a great job, but if I were him, I'd put all that effort into something else, something a lot more productive. Instead of being derivative and working off Valve stuff, I'd do something of my own and see how that works out.
Well, I think it adds some, high-res textures and stuff to the game, but like what he does with the people, I'm not a fan of it.
There are some changes he does that are pretty awesome. With regards to level design, but the actual changes to those people, the characters, even the weapons.
There's not really
kind of the whole theme he's added, bunch of foliage everywhere, and just like you said, it just doesn't really fit.
Well, yeah, exactly. With that enhanced mod, I mean that you can tell. I mean they did a lot of work with that. So.
Yeah, I mean even that enhanced mod still kind of feels like Half-Life.
Right.
It's got that silly sun ray effect, but it still feels like Half-Life and looks like Half-Life. But Fake Factory most of the time just doesn't.
Right.
Okay, let's move on.
We can talk about that now.
Yeah, like I said, City 17 Episode 1, they have some,
what is that image exactly?
Yeah, it's like, have you ever been really, really close to a CRT TV?
Yeah.
That's what you're looking at.
Is that what the... Yeah.
Why are they doing this? This makes no sense.
Well, the announcement here is that they're sort of addressing the fact that the City 17 development has been really slow as of late, and it has been. Most definitely. We've even mentioned it here on Podcast 17 before. But what they said here is that they're going to be working on an undisclosed independent game project, which, as they say here, quote, with our combined power, we hope to finish the old projects in the future and hopefully make a high-quality mod experience that you guys will enjoy. And then they also said something here about creating a mod that will be awesome for the Source community or something like that. Anyway, I'm not sure if they're... Yeah, so basically they're working on something new, and they're sort of putting Canvas and City 17 and also the deferred mod, which is their Alien Swarm mod, on the back burner. So.
No, is that for Half-Life 2 or is it for Episode 2?
It's for Episode 2, I think.
Episode 2.
Okay.
Although at one point they were thinking of switching to Alien Swarm, but now they're sticking to Episode 2. Well, they were for the hiatus.
Right.
Okay.
So there you go. You can check out more about City 17 on their ModDB profile, and also check them up on Interlopers because there's more information out on Interlopers, which is more.
It's a shame, I have to admit.
Yeah, but maybe they're going to work on something more important. But we'll see.
I don't know. I mean, if I had this on my hands, I'd try to stick to my guns and just get this out there as soon as possible. Not rush it out, but try to get this done so all the fans can have that peace of mind. They can have something to have in mind when they expect future stuff.
Yeah.
But, it's their stuff, and I kind of agree with this.
Okay, anything else really on the... I mean, they got Canvas here, Paradigm Shift News. It's the same thing. So Canvas is on the back burner as well. But anything else? I guess Dear Esther hit 100,000 sales. That's good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That was over on Lambda Generation as well.
I only played the mod. I have not played the full game yet.
You should. It's really great. It's fantastic. But you missed the sale, I think.
Yeah, he missed the sale.
You missed the sale.
I have no money, so it...
Well, it was 50 off, man.
Yeah, man.
Still, I have no money.
All right, let's jump into the discussion. And first thing here, and this is an interesting question. Planet Phil poll question 275. loads here. Wait for it to load. Yeah. Do you play single-player mods with friends in the room? And I want to extend this question further because now we're in like a new age of video gaming with live streaming and let's plays and stuff. So I mean, do you play single-player mods or games, through Justin TV? Do you live stream them? And then, yeah, how does that work out for everybody?
Yeah, sometimes I play games and mods with friends in a room.
Not multiplayer stuff though, single-player stuff.
Yeah, single-player.
Yeah.
Yeah, but generally I think only stuff I've previously played, because having a buddy to crack jokes with kind of harms that immersion.
Yeah.
And that overall sense of being in a game and kind of enjoying it. It's kind of going to harm it, and might harm the experience itself.
Yeah, I've played a whole bunch of games. I'm really close with my cousin. I've played a whole bunch of single-player games. We do marathons, right? And we do the whole, actually, God of War series. We have a habit of playing that together.
I do that as well.
And we'll sort of like trade off, and we won't get up until we're done the game. So we sort of pass the controller between ourselves. And we did a Resident Evil marathon, where again we wouldn't stand up, play through all the games, and pass the controller to each other. So the game is constantly playing, things like that.
You died. My turn.
Yeah, go for it. Sure.
No, I said I was just making jokes, saying, "Oh, he's dead. My turn now."
Yeah, that's the way it works.
It's more like I gotta go pee. Take the controller.
If it's a wireless controller, you can take it with you and protect it.
That's true.
In the bathroom, but otherwise, it's at his mercy.
Bring the TV with me.
But I would say, yeah, I have, but not often. Rarely, I would say. Rarely.
Well, if I had friends that lived near me, then yeah, I would. I mean, I think the biggest thing is, with that is if you play a horror mod, it's really scary. I think that's the best, to do it. Oh God. What was it?
Yeah, definitely.
I remember,
Amnesia, you have to play.
Amnesia was one. But I was watching it. I forget what. It was like these four guys. I'm not sure what the video was, but they were playing, I think, Condemned 2, and it was like they're at the cabin where there's a bear.
Oh man, I know the cabin.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
And they're like, "That's a scary ass bear." They're all just cracking these jokes and stuff. I think that's the type of atmosphere. I
had to play that scene with no friends. It was unbelievably painful. It's just it's a shame that they haven't done a Condemned 3. Because that whole thing was just really awesome.
But yeah, oh, sorry.
No, go on.
I was just saying, I think those type of games, especially since those are single player, I think those work well when you have friends in the same room as you.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure.
And the experience is pretty much
exactly
as well. I mean, you're still just as scared as you would be if there was no one in the room.
Well, when would you, scream and cry like a little girl? I mean,
Yeah, and this time you're going to be even more scared because there's someone right next to you, and he's going to tell other people about what you're doing, crying and screaming. So, if anything, you're twice as scared.
Or not just that, or especially if you're into it or something, you're like really into it, all of a sudden they go, "Wah!" And like, "Oh God!" Scare you half to death.
Okay, so lastly on discussion, this was tipped by ADE. Video Game High School is a new video series. They're going to have, I guess, 9 or 10 episodes. It's about, I guess, a character in high school. And this episode here is just introducing the main character of Video Game High School, and yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it. It's like 11 minutes video.
Is there anything, does this include video game characters?
I think it's all like, let me mute this. I think it's all like take place like in first person type thing. Yeah, you can see it right now.
Is there Gordon Freeman? Anything like that?
No, it's just something cool to watch.
All video game characters going to high school. That would be interesting.
that would be interesting.
Like Clone High.
I want Gordon to be teaching, physics.
You guys ever see Clone High?
I like to see the Dear Esther guy, wandering about for the school, complaining about his kidney stones. That would be crazy. And who else?
I'm just watching the video right now. Totally
yeah, I noticed. This looks pretty cool.
Don't look
kind of
down.
In a cheesy way.
Anyway, so check it out. It's all like live action stuff, sort of like Freddy. What is it? Freddy
W.
Yeah, Freddy W.
Wang. No, not Wang. Wong.
Yeah, Freddy. Yeah. So check it out. And I guess that's it. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about this week? Short episode, 50 minutes.
I've got nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing too. So that is another episode of Podcast 17 in the can. Shout-outs to Aid, Andy B, Cararde. Hope I got your name right.
Cardi.
Cardi? Okay. Soda Player and Zombie for being slaves to the Overmind. And we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully next week we'll be talking about, we'll be follow-up and ratting Hypervolema. I'll try to get them on the show.
Show?
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe we can do a post show with them, and I'll try to get the developers on the show as well. So make sure you guys everybody check out Hypervolema, and then we can talk about it next week in more detail. So
you're gonna kill me when I'm trying to get my homework done. You're like, no, you can't do this.
I'm sorry.
Your homework is hypovolemia.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Sure.
Your Podcast 17 homework. All right. We'll see you guys next week. And again, I apologize for the weird recording times, but it's just the way it's got to be. So
it's all William's fault.
So see you guys.
Goodbye.
See ya.